Urban Crofters, it's great to welcome you here. I am in conversation now with Mark Simpson. And we're going to have a chat together, a chance to introduce what's happening a little bit at Citizens Church, because you'll be aware that we're now in a ministry area together in this part of the diocese of Llandaff. And we're delighted that Citizens Church is one of those 5 churches in this grouping that we'll be working with in mission more of the years to come. So, Mark, it would be lovely to hear a little bit about your family. You're married to Jess, but tell us more about your family.
Thanks, Will. It's amazing to visit your incredible church and ground up cafe and see things, see all that is going on here, all that you've been doing. Yeah, I'm married to Jess. We've got 2 boys. One is 4 months old. One is 4 years old. River was born in Rio de Janeiro. We were living there before we came to Cardiff. And Jonah was born in Wales at the beginning of this year.
Amazing. Brilliant.
Yeah.
So you've mentioned Brazil then. Tell us a bit about your experiences there.
Yeah, I was ordained about 10 years ago, 8 years ago. We went to Brazil straight away. I can't remember when I was ordained, to be honest. But we went to Brazil straight away and spent 7 years there, working in some really diverse places within a very varied city. I mean, Rio has rich and poor, it has Catholic and Pentecostal, it has the highs and the lows, very colourful city, incredible place to be. When we were first there, we were in a place called the City of God. They made a film about it a few years ago, and we were working with an awesome vicar who'd gone out to serve that community. Then we were sent to the sticks, to this muddy little place called Magé, and we grew to love those people so much. We're still in touch with them. Then we worked with internationals in the English-speaking church back in the centre of Rio. So we had a really exciting time, and after 7 years thought maybe it's time to come back to be near family and friends in the UK. So very sadly and very abruptly, we left just as lockdown descended last year and got on a plane, packed everything up in the space of 3 or 4 days, and here we are. But yeah, to be invited to be part of Citizen Church was something we couldn't really turn down. It's an incredible vision for renewal in the church, revitalisation here in Cardiff.
Amazing. So how did that come about then in terms of coming to Citizen?
Well, we'd both been very involved with Alpha and the HTB network in Brazil. In fact, when we arrived in Brazil, there were maybe 50 churches in a big country running Alpha. When we left, there were 550 churches running Alpha, half and half between the Catholics and the Protestants, which in a country where the church is so divided was amazing. So we had a lot of friends at HTB, and we chatted to them, and as we chatted, they said, how about joining Ryan and the team going to Cardiff? So the rest of the team that was leading the church plant into Citizen Church had come from Portsmouth, part of the HTB network there, Harbour Church, wonderful, fast-growing, exciting church, attracting a lot of young people from all sorts of different backgrounds in Portsmouth. We went to visit Ryan there, got on with him really well, thought this guy's in a hurry, let's get involved, let's get behind him. And then met Bishop June. You might not know this, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Bishop June for 2 reasons. One is she gave me a job, but the second is she was my mum's flatmate 40 plus years ago.
Oh, wow.
And my dad was demonstrating a clear interest in my mum, but my mum wasn't so sure at the time, and it was June who said, go for it.
Amazing.
So, there you go.
Amazing ministry. That all sorts of directions I didn't realise it.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, so can you say a bit about your role at Citizen now and how you're partnering with Ryan in his role, and a bit about the staff team there?
Well, I'm the associate priest, so I float around, do whatever I can to support Ryan and the rest of the team in this vision, which is the evangelization of the nation, the revitalization of the church, and the transformation of society. So that means supporting whatever I can. Like we've got a team going into Park Prison this weekend for the first time to help lead a service there. So just going along to help join the dots and make introductions with the chaplaincy team, and then letting our interns get on with it, basically, letting the members of the congregation get on with it. We've been asked by the bishop to take over a church building that's been boarded up in the Aber Valley in a place called Sengenith. So again, I've been visiting there, meeting other local church leaders, and getting to know the lie of the land, seeing where the needs of the community are. So it's a lot of that sort of stuff. I love it. I love getting to know people in the city, supporting our people who sense a vocation to ordination. I've been doing some teaching at St Paddens, teaching Old Testament theology there, which I've been really enjoying as well. So lots of different things I'm involved in.
That's wonderful, brilliant. So exciting to hear sense already that Citizens Church is thinking about, reaching out, church planting, and I know that's going to be the heart of everything that Citizens about, really, in terms of wanting to bring blessing to other areas and to reach out that way. Well,
it's a diocesan thing as well. It's telling a joyful story and all the rest of it, building our capacity for good, seeing God's kingdom come. That's something I think one of the things that unites us across the ministry area, across the diocese, is this wonderful vision coming from the bishop for mission in this area, and that we do that in different ways in our different locations as the Spirit leads us. But for us at Citizen, it's something we're compelled by and inspired by.
Mm-hmm. Brilliant. How can we pray for Citizens Church?
Thank you. Well, I guess for us, staying in step with the restrictions as they've eased. It's been a weird old year to plant a new initiative, as I'm sure you can relate to. But God has been really gracious so far, and we just pray for that to continue, and for the obstacles that could come along to the growth of God's kingdom, not just through Citizen, but through what you guys are doing, what's happening across our ministry area, in terms of funding, in terms of buildings, in terms of people for leadership roles and all of that. Just that God would continue to fling open the doors as has been happening. It's really been wonderful. So more of the same, please. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, we'd love to pray for you. And I was just sharing with Mark earlier, I think the fact that Citizen Church has come to Cardiff about the same time that we've been getting going has been such a blessing to us, because it's given permission, I think, to us as well to do things differently, to be church differently, to create a coffee house here at Urban Crofters. And it's just brilliant that Citizen Church are in our area, because they are such a blessing already and encouraging us and inspiring us. So, Mark, we are thrilled to be in partnership and look forward to what God's going to do across our ministry area. But thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, and God bless you guys and everything you're doing. You're so creative and so persistent and so welcoming. So thank you for the great welcome you've given us here.